Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So we recently just got our latest balance changes on March 21st. I did a separate video covering all those balance changes, but today what I wanted to do was break down the Big Shuri deck list a little bit further post nerf. So people are asking themselves since the balance change, hey, what's the best thing that I can be playing? And so we're gonna see if maybe it's still Big Shuri. So prior to the changes happening, with the way the devs had worded it, we really didn't think that Shuri herself would see any changes, but that a lot of the cards inside the deck list would, and that's what happened. So the first change that we have is Taskmaster, and the only thing that changed here is that they added this if that card's in play. And basically what that means is if you play a Red Skull out and somebody Shang-Chi's them before this Taskmaster reveals, this is going to stay a 5-0. The card that you're trying to copy needs to still be in the game, on the board, alive and well, right? That one's only going to be kind of situational. I don't think it's a huge nerf, but it is going to come up here and there. The next change that we saw was that they dropped She-Hulk from a 6'10 power to a 6'9. This card is still great. I'm still going to run her in most of my decks. And again, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. This one really has me scratching my head. So they dropped him from a 15 power to 13, but they changed that his ongoing ability gave 2 power across the board to 1. So if my math is correct, if you played Shuri into Red Skull into a full location, he would be a 530 giving 8 power for a total of 5 cost 22 power. Remember that number because it's about to happen again. So now if you play him into a full location behind Shuri, he's a 526 that gives 4 power for a total of, you guessed it, 522. Not really much of a change. Now it will affect the overall power of Taskmaster if that is what you are copying, but in the grand scheme of things, nope. And then lastly, and this one I think has the biggest impact to the deck, but I think it's just because it was a huge nerf and change to Arrow herself in all the decks that she's going to be in. And that is that Arrow is now only going to move the last card. She's not going to move every card played. So out of all the changes, I think this one affects the deck the most, but that's because I think it affects every deck that Arrow is in the most. So if we look at our stat lines here, you know, your two optimal plays are usually playing Shuri into Red Skull into Taskmaster. And so that used to be a 60 power play over the last 2 turns. If you do that now, you're going to be playing 52 power out across 2 turns. So only 8 power difference. Your other optimal play would be playing Shuri and then floating turn 5 and then playing She-Hulk into Taskmaster, which that would have originally been a 40 power play on the last turn, and now it's only going to be a 36 power play on the last turn. So again, 4 points difference. So what I did post nerf, I ran 31 games of Big Shuri. Why 31 games? Because one of them ended in a tie. So I played 30 games, I won 19, I lost 11, which is roughly a win rate of about 63%. Now, granted, when I get to Infinite, I play a little bit differently. I don't snap real aggressively or efficiently. I like to see the games play out. I like to stay in games where I should probably leave. So that may skew the numbers a little bit here or there. But overall, I can honestly say that I felt 0 change. The only change that I felt was the change to Arrow. And 1, maybe 2 games, it actually came into effect. One game, I would have won if Shuri moved all the cards, but since she only moved 1, I ended up losing that game. So that card, you can definitely feel the impact. Some people say, well, maybe you take Arrow out and put something else in, and I'm going to highly not advise that, because what I have seen is a rise in the amount of Galactus play, and you need a way to deal with Galactus or you are going to hate your life. In this deck, you have Cosmo and Arrow. So if you take Arrow out of here, when you come up against Galactus, you're probably going to be a little bit unfavored. I have seen a decline into the Thanos decks that I'm running into, but also when I play against them, I don't feel so oppressed. It feels fair, right? So I think Shuri, dodging some bullets over here. I think she got away with it. I think they're going to come back to this and address it because I'll be honest, I don't feel a difference. I didn't feel a difference. I think any of the games that I won post nerf, I would have won pre nerf, or vice versa. However, pre nerf to post nerf, right? I don't think the changes mattered much. I don't know what you would do though. The only things I could see to make this deck weaker is if you gave Shuri the Sandman treatment, where you increase her stat line and change her to a 5 cost. The only other thing I could think of is if you made Taskmaster a 6 cost. That way you would lose one of your optimal plays where you're floating into She-Hulk and Taskmaster. Also, the nerf to Arrow actually helps this deck, because on the final turn, if you are playing Taskmaster into Zero, Titania, or Sunspot, those 1-drop cards are going to be the cards that Arrow moves and not your Taskmaster. So I think this deck is just as strong as it was, if not stronger than ever, because of the other nerfs that happened in the game. If you ask me, hey, I'm still climbing, what should I be running? I'm going to tell you, if you've been playing Big Shuri, continue to play Big Shuri. I have a lot of games under my belt now, even, since recording this video. It's a great deck, and to be honest, it's a pretty budget-friendly deck. But this was the same deck I was running prior to the changes, and it's the deck that I'm going to run post. I think it's good. I think it's got some play against Galactus, and I really don't think you can afford to take Arrow out of this deck with there being so much Galactus. So again, these are just my opinions. Like I said, I don't think the changes mattered. So anyways, I got some game highlights. It's going to be kind of a long video. You can watch whatever games you want to play. A lot of different ones. Thanos, move decks, you name it, it's in here. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Play Silence a lot. I don't know what he's running today. Boo. Hit Arrow again. It's always the card you want to play next. That really sucks. Oh no. Oh no. This ain't really... Well, I shouldn't have played Lizard here. I should have waited to get Shuri. I should have waited to get Shuri and then doubled whatever, I get. Oh, so I have to play cards here, huh? Iceman be doing some damage to me. I'm not gonna be able to play any of this stuff. Kamatage has not come to bargain. How many times have I been ice so far? 4 times? Yeah, he's played Iceman, Beast, and Falcon. Okay, let's see. Come on, man. No target. That's funny. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. What is this? I don't even know. If I full float here. I'm glad I full floated. No reason for me to compete with this. All right, what's She-Hulk gonna be worth now? A 2? I'll take a 2. Ooh. Do that. Please don't play much over here. Oh, we got him. We got you. Victory. All right. So we're not going to be able to play one cost on the left. Throw both our cards into Elysium. Bling! I'm okay with this, actually. Because it don't matter what Dracula discards, it ain't gonna be bigger than my 26 powered Red Skull. Mother trucker. Now, something that we do have to be cautious about is the order in which Captain Marvel and Dracula happen. I can't protect myself over there, unfortunately. Do I float here? All right, so he's not gonna play it here because he would lose his infinite, right? Uh-oh. Please, who did he play last? Uh-oh. We got Batman. Oh, we're cooking now. Got that Shuri in hand. See what he's playing. All right. I'll just go ahead and snap and get rid of this. So best case, we pull Red Skull on this turn right here, or the next. I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, it doesn't help that he got his cards buffed. Well, well, well. Let's see if 1 point on She-Hulk is going to matter or not. Good thing is we get to float this turn right here, so I get to see what he's gonna do. Trying to decide if I should move Sunspot or not. It's gonna give this 6 more power. I think we do it. It is going to give an extra power, 2 power to Kraven, but I think it's worth it. Like I said, we're gonna end up adding 6. So, you know, called a 4-point swing in my favor. We may not be able to win this. A lot of mind games in my head right now. 18's not gonna cut it. So it's either this and this, and I win. Either he plays Heimdall or he doesn't. That's what this is coming down to. If he plays Heimdall, this is big, and this is big, and this is small, right? And I think that's what he thinks I'm thinking. So if I do this, if he moves anything, I win. I'm going for it. Got you, Batman. Victory. The mind games. So I had to think about what I originally wanted to do, and then think that he would think that that's what I wanted to do, and then not do that. Right? Because I was thinking, you know, I dumped some power here because I was a little behind. It was all based on whether he played Heimdall or not. Right? If he doesn't play Heimdall and he kept every lane where it was, we would have lost because I would have lost the Isle of Silence and Hala. Yeah. Sweet Heimdall too. Hard footage. Oh, I'm playing against I Suck. So if you suck and I lose, does that mean I suck more? All right, so we don't have to worry about Killmonger. You knew that's exactly where I wanted to play, didn't you? Okay. So it looks like we're playing against Big Shuri. Go here, and I guess we're gonna Red Skull into Captain Marvel.
Clear for takeoff.
Bummer. I wonder if I should just float here. I think I'm gonna float. No. No. Gotta keep him honest. So if he was to float, you know, I don't know. It's only 9. You know, I mean, let's do it like this. Yeah. The reason I thought that was the safer play is if he tried to take Baxter Building away from me and didn't put anything into Charisma Cosmo, the 6 power Captain Marvel could move over. I would go to 19. Captain Marvel is just safer because when you have those like 50-50 decisions, a lot of times, as long as the power swings aren't too big, you can put her down and she will figure out what to do. So I like Captain Marvel in this deck. If I would have played Taskmaster here, obviously still would have won and would have won by more. But like I said, had he have dropped a bunch of stuff in here and taken the Baxter building from me, we would have lost. So all right. Doubling up Shuri's lab with Shuri in hand is always an exciting time. We just need either the armor or the Cosmo to pop up. Oh, we're playing against Thanos. Okay, all right. So Cosmo's probably better into Shuri's lab. Yeah, I figured playing Lizard into here was just, oh. All right, a little punished, but that's all right. That's all right. Something weird going on with the animations lately, like the card gets hung up on my mouse. Been noticing that since the patch update. We'll do this because next turn we have to play right here. We will probably... All right, so he can move cards to here. Okay.
Clear for takeoff.
So this is a snap, right? If I don't get leeched. I think leech is still a possibility. We're just gonna float. Leech doesn't exist now, right? Because of all the changes they made to Thanos. No one would ever consider playing leech. All right.
All systems go.
All right. Got some decisions to make when it comes to New York. Boy, I hate New York. Hate it with a passion. This goes to 34. This goes to 28. I don't like that. Let's just roll with it. It's a coin flip, right? It's New York. There's no telling what he'll do. I think we got it. I hate New York. I hate it so much. It's a guess, right? It's a guess. I think Danielle's playing the bounce deck. Nope. Back to Thanos, I see. I really need Atlantis to move to the right so that I can play a big red skull and then a big Taskmaster. Well, subterranean would be a little bit more pleasant if I had Shuri. Cosmo, you always in the wrong place, my friend. Always in the wrong place. I really don't like the idea of floating here. Well, okay then. It's a mind game. I win this, right? And then I play over here. Unless he thinks I just won't contest this and he's gonna fill up here. Or he arrow. I like this. I'm not. Got him. I was thinking about the Captain Marvel play. But we like this one. We like this one.
Victory.
Still throwing that leech out, I see. Still throwing it out there.